What if I told you that the world's most advanced computer chips aren't made with light anymore, but with a high-tech printing press? We've reached the limit of physics, and to go smaller, we have to stop shining and start stamping. Let's find out. Only here at Interesting Facts TV.
Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're looking at an absolutely massive paradigm shift in how we build the digital world. For decades, everything from the smartphone in your pocket to the supercomputers running global networks has relied on a very specific, light-based way of making microchips. But right now, well, we're hitting a physical wall. So we're going to explore the radical engineering that could break right through that wall and completely redefine the future.
Okay, let's dive into this. What if the world's most advanced chips weren't made with light anymore? I know, it sounds kind of like science fiction, especially given how heavily we've relied on lasers for decades. But this is the stark reality of pushing the absolute boundaries of physics. To go smaller, to make chips faster, cheaper, and more efficient, we actually have to stop shining light and start stamping.
So here's our roadmap for today. We're going to cover 1. The end of light, 2. The high-tech printing press, 3. The mechanics, 4. The disruption, 5. Beyond chips, and finally, 6. The dust dilemma. Let's get right to it.
Section 1. The end of light. We are reaching the absolute limits of photolithography.
Here's the massive problem we're facing right now. At the nanometer scale, light literally begins to blur. We are hitting absolute physical limits. Think about trying to draw a microscopic picture with a thick, leaky marker. The ink just bleeds everywhere, right? That's essentially what happens when you try to use light waves to etch structures that are only a few atoms across. The light simply can't hold a sharp edge, it literally blurs.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how we got here. We start way back with traditional printing presses in the 1440s, jump forward to traditional photolithography in the 1950s, and then a massive pivot in 1995. A visionary scientist named Professor Stephen Chu made a radical proposal. He looked at that blurring problem and realized, to go smaller, he didn't need a better lens, he needed a stamp.
Which brings us to Section 2, the high-tech printing press. Let's introduce Nanoimprint Lithography.
Let's anchor ourselves with a definition real quick. Nanoimprint lithography, or NIL, is a mechanical deformation process. It fabricates nanometer-scale patterns by physically forcing a master mold into a soft material. So, instead of using incredibly complex optical systems to project a pattern onto a chip from the distance, NIL creates a perfect replica through direct physical force.
So the crucial point is this. NIL is essentially the nanoscopic equivalent of an ancient wax seal or a modern vinyl record press. We're talking about bleeding-edge engineering that practically operates like pressing your thumb into soft clay.
Section 3. The mechanics. This is a deceptively simple 4-step process.
It breaks down into 4 specific, incredibly controlled steps. Step 1 is coating. A thin layer of resist, which is just a soft material, is applied directly to the substrate. Step 2 is pressing. The master mold, featuring the exact inverse of our desired circuit pattern, makes physical contact with that resist under pressure. Step 3 is curing. The resist is hardened to lock the shape into place. And finally, Step 4 is separation. The mold is carefully lifted away, leaving those perfect nanoscopic structures behind. Notice how physically direct this process is compared to bouncing light through a giant maze of mirrors.
Within this world, there are basically 2 titans of NIL, divided by how they actually harden the material. First, we have thermoplastic NIL, or TNIL. This uses heat to soften a polymer. The mold is pressed in, and then it's cooled down to lock it in. Then we have UV-NIL. This uses a liquid resin that instantly turns into a solid when hit with a quick flash of ultraviolet light. UV-NIL operates right at room temperature, it's faster, it's highly precise, and it is by far the more common method being used for modern chips today.
Let's transition over to Section 4, the disruption, why stamping completely beats shining. $150 million. Now, what's really interesting about this number is that it represents the staggering cost of just a single extreme ultraviolet, or EUV, machine from ASML. These traditional lithography machines are modern engineering marvels for sure, but their price tag is astronomical. And get this, just one of them consumes enough power to run a small town.
And that astronomical cost is exactly where nanoimprint lithography disrupts the entire industry. An NIL setup costs just a fraction of those massive EUV machines. Plus,
Because it physically bypasses those diffraction limits of light we talked about earlier, it can successfully reach features at the 5 nanometer, 3 nanometer, and, amazingly, even the 1 nanometer scale. It achieves all of this cheaply and efficiently.
This takes us to Section 5, Beyond Chips, NIL in the wider world. I want to broaden the scope here, because the impact of the nanostamp goes way beyond just the traditional CPU sitting inside your laptop. Just look at how versatile this is across 3 incredible real-world applications. First up, augmented reality. NIL is creating the incredibly complex waveguides needed inside smart glasses to perfectly project images right into your eye. Second, biotech. It's being used to manufacture lab-on-a-chip devices that are miraculously capable of detecting diseases from just a single tiny drop of blood. And third, solar cells. Engineers are literally stamping specialized nanoscopic textures directly onto solar panels that trap light, boosting energy efficiency to absolute record levels.
Let's move to Section 6, the dust dilemma, and see how this builds into the fatal flaw of physical touch.
Up until now, NIL probably sounds like a silver bullet, but we need a quick reality check. Here's the stark difference. In traditional photolithography, nothing actually touches the silicon wafer. It's totally contactless. But in NIL, the mold physically touches the surface. Because of that direct contact, a single microscopic speck of dust becomes an absolute disaster. If a tiny dust particle gets crushed between the press and the wafer, it can permanently damage the incredibly expensive master mold. That entirely ruins every single stamp you try to make afterwards.
And beyond just dust defects, there's another major hurdle: overlay accuracy. Modern microchips aren't flat, right? They're 3D structures made of dozens of layers stacked on top of each other. Perfectly lining up those different nanoscopic layers is incredibly difficult when you're relying on physical force to press materials together rather than shining a light perfectly from above.
So what's the ultimate takeaway here? As we approach the end of Moore's Law, nanoimprint lithography offers a cheaper, faster, and incredibly precise path forward. We are standing at a crucial crossroads for the future of the entire silicon age. The physical limits of light are very real, but human ingenuity is finding a way around them by simply returning to our mechanical roots.
Which leaves us with this final, provocative thought. Will the next revolution in your pocket be etched by a laser or stamped by a press? It is a fascinating physical future for our digital world. Thank you for joining me on this explainer today. Keep learning, stay focused, and I'll catch you next time.